What's going on, boys? How you doing? G Money, Ricky, Andrew, KB, how you guys doing? Welcome back. Pretty much nothing day, just like yesterday, which was kind of expected going into the biggest CPI print of the year. I know we say that about every CPI, but right now CPI is the most important economic event in the markets, I think, because the Fed has to directly base their action based on that number tomorrow. So if that number is hot, you can just expect yourself another hike mid-meeting in August here from the Fed. If it comes in line, I really have no idea how the market will react. We've been range bound here, as I said in my notes this morning. I sent out my game plan. Last 8 days on ES, we have been range bound. No closes above 41.60. No close below 40.90. So that's our range right now. What's up, Guggen? How you doing? Right now, in this range, you should have been playing every position small. It's obvious. We're in a bull flag. No one knows which way it's going to break. Once we get direction, either a close above 41.60 or a close below 40.90, that's when you want to attack. Right now is not the time to play attack. It's defense right now. We do take these little scalps because we're bored, whatever. Make sure your position sizing is correct for these little scalps. But once we break one way, we'll get a big directional move because we are stuck within the same range for 8 days. It's the same thing on crypto, guys. I forgot the T. Bitcoin here, you guys see we've been range bound for about 11 days or way more than that even. So basically, I'm going to start it from here. We're basically no close above my level of 23,950. I gave that in crypto chat. No close below 22,600. And we've just been range bound for almost 3 weeks on BTC. So which way do we break? If someone tells you they know the answer, they do not. Right now is probably one of the most uncertain times in the market because summer it tends to be a grind up, a slow, low volume grind up. That's just seasonal talking right there. September, October is when we get the real volatility usually. So right now, if someone tells you they know which way this is going to break, they're lying to you. And just wait. One close above, you get bullish. One close below, you get bearish. It's that simple. Like, it's very easy. Other than that, inside here, just daily, day scalps, puts, calls, whatever you feel like. QQQ led the way down, very weak. Tech has shown its weakness. The reason being, I have sent you guys the chart in the chat as well. It's not on QQQ, it's on the NASDAQ futures here. This is the weekly chart on NASDAQ coming all the way back from October. As you guys see here, the lows are here. The highs are here, and we have rejected the highs very strongly this week so far. So as long as we close below that, I am leaning to the bear side. We do need a pullback. These earnings are super weak. Companies have downgraded earnings, and they're still missing their earnings. So very, very weak in earnings, and earnings growth is what a stock is. That's what the stock market is earnings growth. XLF a little bit stronger than QQQ. No real resistance here. We're just kind of bull flagging again. We're just waiting for direction. There's no direction here at all. IWM finally showed some weakness here. Everything else was range bound. IWM was actually going up the whole time. So as you guys see here, there's a lot of empty space. If they do want to run IWM up, the 200 day is all the way up at 200. What a pun, right? 200, 200 day. So just remember that if they want to take us up, IWM has room to 200. If they want to take us down, we got plenty of support now underneath it before it comes into a big move. Let's see what CPI comes in. As you guys see, very, very low volume all over the place for the last few days at least. And let's see where we go tomorrow. It's all going to be based on that CPI number. Here's SPX, not really much. 41.17, broke underneath it, got bears excited, broke right back above it, got bulls excited, broke below it. Same thing over and over. That's called chop, guys. This chopping near a main level, it's just screwing up everyone. RUT 1947 was given to you last week, marked the top. 1920 support was given to you as well. As soon as we broke that, I think Ricky took IWM put, so congratulations to you guys. Great trade. And you can't really be greedy in this market. It was a choppy market. You got your move. Take your profits and run. Bonds held up well today, so there's no real worry there so far. They will react tomorrow to the CPI. Make sure you're watching UB tomorrow for tech. And here is the yield, also right back to the same levels we were at July 22nd. So let's see. Yields and UB will make big moves tomorrow, as will the DXY, which is the dollar. And right now we're just kind of range bound. On the dollar, I've just been watching these Bollinger Bands, as you guys see here. Every time we get to the bottom, it's a buy. Every time we get to the top, it's a sell. And right now we are closer to the bottom than the top. So will they take this down? We have 105.066 to the downside, and then to the upside is 109.294. So just watch that area, those two areas. You can set alerts, you can do whatever you want. But for right now, the dollar is just bear flagging. Do we make a move back to the top of the Bollinger Bands, or do we go down and break this 105 level? If we break 105, expect equities to rally because the weaker dollar is good for equities. If the dollar rips tomorrow, equities will probably dump. AMD, absolute disaster last 2 days. Called out 95 puts yesterday. Did not hold for the whole move, obviously, you guys know. 65 cents to $1.40 was good enough for me. That's over 100%. They went over $2, so another 200% play there. Other than the SPX puts we caught at the end of the day there, that was 200% as well. Zoom did not go my way. I cut those this morning. Let's talk about my losses instead of my winners. Zoom was set up perfectly, you guys. Seen from the earnings newsletter, we had the fibs drawn out. Everything was looking good. We got our close. It looked like an ugly daily candle yesterday, but we got our close above 114.34, which is all I wanted to see. We closed at 114.74. Gap down this morning, and I cut it out. That was my stop out, was 114.34. As you guys know, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Right now, it's still technically in an uptrend, as you guys see here. Very clear support. So it could turn around tomorrow. I'm not willing to sit through that much pain to wait for it to turn around, or if it breaks down. Plus CPI, so let's see if tomorrow CPI comes good. Zoom might be in play for another run up towards 120. These calls pay very well. If you guys have been at MSL for a while, I have crushed Zoom plenty of times. The calls move very, very fast to the upside and the downside, so be careful with your sizing. Tesla, complete disaster. Called these puts out yesterday as well. I've been watching this kind of setup before. Obviously, last time we had the 50 cross below the 200. This time it's much below, but what happened was we reclaimed the 200 day on May 4th. Next day, we went right below it. I love these kinds of plays. Basically, what happens is if you reclaim an important level and then decline right after the next day, that's a rejection of that level. That means bears took over. As soon as bulls got excited, bears took over, and look what it did. It went all the way down to 680 in 2 weeks. So if that same type of play on Tesla works, that's why I said yesterday Tesla puts may be the play of the week. Reason being is the same setup. It's almost the same setup. Other than the 50 crossing underneath, if Tesla gets followed through to the downside, you can easily see that 50-day getting tested, which is at 750. So keep an eye on Tesla for weakness. FedEx was my main indicator, so I did take this play yesterday. Let's talk about my losses. We talk about my wins all the time. FedEx. I was bullish yesterday. I thought we were gonna make more of an up move because I didn't think it was bear time yet. Everything on the charts was bullish. I took this FedEx because I use FedEx and UPS a lot to gauge the market sentiment. Basically, if FedEx is going down, usually the market follows the next day or later in the same day or 2 days later, something like that. FedEx is a very good indicator of everything in the market. Consumer. Basically, FedEx ships packages. If FedEx is doing good, that means the consumer is strong. If FedEx is doing bad, that usually means the consumer is bad. They're not ordering shit. So basically, I watch FedEx and UPS a lot. Yesterday, we had FedEx really weak. I actually had a level on FedEx at 230.18, which is the 200-day moving average here. So that was my level. We got down to 230.18, just to go over my trade a little bit. We got down to 230.18 right about at 11 o'clock. I think that's around the time I entered my calls. The reason being not just because of the 200, the UPS was strong yesterday. So you see UPS at 11 o'clock was near the high of the day, where FedEx was near the low of the day. That's very uncommon for these two. They usually trade in tandem usually. And a lot of stuff internally on the market looked decent yesterday, even though it ended up as chop. So I tried the calls. We broke the 200. I cut them for a little bit of a loss, I think negative 9-10%, something like that. Didn't work, and right after that, you've seen continued weakness in FedEx, which made me flip more to a bearish side today. So what I did was I cut these. I started looking for put opportunities. I tried JPM a little bit early here. If I waited till 116, which is that level I always gave you guys, if you waited till 116, you got a quick $1.20 move down. That could have paid on puts very easily. And other than that, let's check out some of these earnings plays. MGNI does not look good right off the bat. Looks like they missed, down 4%. That lotto is probably going in the garbage. MGNI there. What else did we have? We had Coinbase. Coinbase, don't think they reported yet. They're not down enough. Only one. Yeah, they didn't report yet, probably. TTD. Ooh, TTD crushed it. TTD up 14%, 13%. Very nice. And then we had Roblox as well. Roblox, holy hell, down 12%. Okay, so mixed earnings there. See if MG and I can recover a little bit. Should have bet on TTD, obviously, in hindsight. But TTD is just murdering it. Wow, ads are strong, that means, in TTD. Other than that, I mean, tomorrow is everything. Tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning, CPI. If it comes under, I don't know what they do. If it comes over, I don't know what they do. We're just going to have to watch price action and see. Is it priced in? Is it priced in a lower CPI? Is it priced in a higher CPI? No idea. And then we have PPI the next day, as well as jobless claims, I believe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. to come up with a game plan. Thank you guys for attending. I'll see you tomorrow.